Yes, I will try to pull us from the chaos now, although I don't know if I'll be able to. Hello, welcome everyone. We zoom out into the opening screen of Superhero September as we see all of the credits roll and the screen slowly dissolves on a beautiful large compound sitting in front of this massive park garden-like complex, and on the quad we can see the odd teenager flit around, flying through the sky. We see one man wearing a tweed jacket, like complete teacher's outfit, just floating effortlessly by and into one of the windows. This is the Halcyon City Academy for Heroic Youngsters. Say hi, heroic youngsters.
Hi, heroic youngsters.
I get
heroic
it.
youngsters.
I've always wanted to do that.
Nailed it, guys. Nailed it.
Perfect. No comments. As we see our heroic youngsters, they are currently in their classroom, and in front of them is one of the many teachers at this university, at this academy. It's like late high school to university age for most of the people here. It's a what do you call those schools where you get to sleep as well?
Boarding school?
Yeah, it's essentially like a boarding school. Some people do live off campus in the city itself. Halcyon City is a large city, about 4 million people large. So there's plenty of space inside. This map that you're seeing is about it's only a small segment of the city itself. In here, only those with talents beyond the regular human are allowed to train to become the next generation of Halcyon City's heroes, replacing the kind of gritty old Bronze Generation heroes who are slowly starting to retire. This school, in fact, was founded by one of these Bronze Generation heroes, Professor Penumbra, a middle-aged superheroine who helped save the city multiple times, but in realizing that the youth wasn't really taking their spots in the limelight, chose retirement and training instead of the limelight. Describe to me how you are all sitting in your classroom as the man in the tweed jacket comes floating in. An older hero from the Silver Age. So his hair is graying as he is probably in his 60s, 70s already. Who used to be the very, very well-known hero, Silverhawk. So let's start with Seraphim. What is Seraphim doing in the classroom?
Oh god. Yeah, probably just like how big of a classroom are we talking here?
We're talking like quite big, like 30 odd people, 40 odd people sitting in like this lecture hall that is slightly on a slight incline upwards.
Yeah, so like stadium seating style.
Yeah, big blackboard. Still with chalk instead of like one of those fancy holographic boards. A couple of the classrooms do have them. Silverhawk just doesn't like them.
Yeah. Okay. So I think Seraphim is sitting at the far back of the lecture hall here, but has made it so that the entire back row is clear, and he does have his wings fully out. So so just like kid there, like full, like we're talking like black cutoff sleeves hoodie and big wings jutting out the back, these big giant white angel wings sitting there, making the biggest deal out of not paying enough attention to the lecture, like sitting dead in the center back so that like everybody can see when they look back just how little he cares about this class. And it's just kind of like picking his teeth and just kind of like, and then occasionally like laughing just a little bit too loud at something on his phone just to draw everybody's attention back to him. And then just be like, oh, don't worry about it, guys. It's fine, whatever. Keep going. No. I'm sorry, I interrupted. You keep going.
So as that happens and as that continues, we see the camera pan down from our angel spreading friend to Brent, to Épée.
Épée has almost naturally gravitated to the front row because it's closest to the stage. Épée is half paying attention and half going through a number of index cards. And if you're close enough, you can hear Épée whispering to himself, basically just like trying to come up with Shakespearean battle cries. So just a lot of like, that swollen parcel of dropsies, and as a result, a number of people who have were sitting next to Épée have sort of shuffled over one seat or moved back an aisle, just because it's really distracting. But when Silverhawk comes in, he puts the index cards away and is just like really keen for the lesson.
Okay, and as we zoom out slightly, we see are the two of you sitting next to each other, or are you on exact opposite sides of the room? Anne and Ida.
I think that we're sitting next to each other. I think that we're sitting next to each other, and Gabby, Super G, has been doodling in her notebook. And it looks like, from an outsider's perspective, she's actually writing notes, but really she's just doodling like different maneuvers and like trick things that she could do with her newly found partner in crime. And she's basically just saying like, listen, this would look really cool if we did this, and like I could give you a boost and you can flip over this guy, and it would be a really cool move to do together. We should try it out sometime.
Aguila, wherever she's sitting in the room, has her notebook open and is absolutely taking the notes pertaining to the professor, whatever they're speaking. Completely back straight, rigid posture, and like actively taking notes. But you see, she's not turning her head at all towards Super G, but her eyes to kind of dart over, just like this little, like a very, very subtle recognition. Definitely not just like, but nonetheless very stalwartly, like, yes.
As
me.
Yeah, as that is going on, Seraphim spreading his wings all the way out, just lying back, making a little bit too much noise as Silverhawk is just at Silverhawk's lecture. For those of you who are interested, is a lecture on the history of Halcyon City. In fact, you are covering the gold generation, heroes born between the 20s and the 40s.
Yes, yes. Influential.
The original true superhumans. We knew that there were superhumans before them, obviously, but heroes like the Haunt, Golden Girl, Bryce Brilliant, and Cast Iron Man, those didn't surface until the. Those didn't surface until the. Yes, Mr. Seraphim, anything you would like to share with the class?
Sorry, I just forgot there was a hero named Cast Iron Man. That's wild.
I will have you won't find it so funny if you remember that Cast Iron Man lost his life saving Halcyon City when the aliens from Planet Y attacked.
I know, that's tragic, but I mean, if we really respected him, was nobody gonna tell him maybe to pick a better hero name?
Right, Mr. Seraphim, I would like you to write me a 2-page essay on superheroes in the 20s, and specifically the influence that Cast Iron Man had on superheroes in the superheroes of the Silver Generation. And I would like you to make 0 snarky jokes in it.
Well, I mean,
as you're beginning to say
it's
that,
kind of
the bell rings.
Okay, kind of a rough look to be oppressing free speech, but sure, whatever.
This is a classroom, Mr. Seraphim. You do not have free speech here. And as you all begin to filter out, there is something that, depending on your character, you might be very interested to see. There's this massive board that hangs in the central hall of. There's this massive board that hangs in the central hall of the Halcyon City Academy for Heroic Youngsters. On this board, you can find the heroic assignments. Because this academy is part school and part it teaches you how to be a superhero. And one of those things is you have to do to show that you're a good superhero is patrol. And during this break is the time when the actual patrol schedule would be updated. So who is rushing to the board and who doesn't give a fuck?
Oh, Épée is right there.
Super G is backflipping towards the board somehow. She's doing it in style. You know, like yeah.
Aguila for sure is striding forward. I'm not sure what the build of all my other fellow heroes are, but Aguila is definitely like a little taller, a little built. So maybe just striding forward, she can hopefully see something over the people's tops of heads. But she will patiently wait her turn. But she is eager to see.
Yeah. So as you all make your way, by the way, all right, Seraphim just doesn't particularly care.
Absolutely not. No, I think it is, at the very least, there is a very large attempt to make it look like he doesn't give a fuck. Just like walking up and being like, yeah, all right, yeah, you guys, I'll wait back here. You guys just kind of go in like piranhas like that. That's cool. Yeah, that's fine.
Seraphim, that is an excellent exercise in patience. Very good. I'm proud of your restraint. I think this is growth on your part.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Super G backflips past them, not at all being patient.
So as you all make your way to the board, there is a list of names on there, like always. There's 3 teams of heroes that will be doing patrol this week. Also, thank you for the lurk. I'm a T-Rex. Very appreciated for how long you could stick around. As you look through the list. Scarlet Songbird, Rhyme, Rockhammer, Spider. No, not on the first team. Antediluvian, Duke of Bone, Shadow, Dream Tiger. No, not on the second team either. Must be on the everywhere. The Lawman, Mirror Beast, Glacier. Once again, 4 of you have been passed up.
Yeah, that's whatever. All right, gives me more time to post. All right, I would like to go. I would like to pull up my phone and go live on TikTok, please.
I will save the audience from that, because now
I was
going
going to say every time Seraphim goes live, Super G will make a point of trying to like photobomb or like insert herself in the background just to be
Like,
obnoxious.
Actively pushing you away as well. Just like,
No.
what's up? Hi.
No, it's not even. It's just like walking by.
So
Only be the center of attention.
now we're going to go to the first question. As you begin to go live, Seraphim, we go into a flashback scene and we see what brought Seraphim to this academy. So you attracted the attention of a major media outlet in the city. Which outlet? And do they support you or do they hate you?
Yeah, so a lot of people probably know me better by my TikTok account at Suburban Seraphim. I was just some kid, dude. I was just out here like trying to, live my life, trying to make it happen. And I was, I got these wings and I thought like, it would be cool if I started flying up to tall buildings and started posting it to TikTok, and people seemed to really like it. So I started, doing some more stuff. And yeah, I think I got the social media thing kind of I did it really well in a way that I think nobody else has really done it before. And that attracted the attention of, there's just a media conglomerate that does like a lot of influencer kids in Halcyon City, and they're looking for, some hero type influencers, and I guess I fit the bill. And they got me in contact with here. I was offered a scholarship as long as I would report positively on my experiences here. And I thought, you know what, like, if I go and do this thing and it's like, it'd be like, whatever, not that big of a deal, kind of stupid, but then I can write like a tell-all autobiography about how this all went down. So why not? And that's how I ended up here.
Okay. So now I'm going to ask you a question. Because you think someone might end up being more of a star than you someday, looking over the 4 or the 3 other heroes you're with.
Yeah. So right now I've got the spotlight because, of course, there is this one theater kid who's constantly running around, and unfortunately I am a little worried that it's not like I think that he's good at what he does. Yeah, I think he's got a lot to go, but I think that he just, a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to be an edgy influencer. A lot of people like the wholesome nonsense, and I think that he might overtake me. But honestly, you know what? I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna push forward, and I'm gonna destroy his reputation before he gets there.
Perfect. And who do you think would be a great sidekick? Who do you try to keep around?
Oh God, Super G, absolutely. I gotta separate Super G and Aguila, because if I can get Super G to give me that level of devotion as a sidekick, man, God, the promo. It would just be like walking around with my entire fan base walking behind me. It'd be so nice. But you know, I'm gonna have to somehow break up that duo, but I'll make it happen. Yet another incredible feat by @Seraphim on TikTok.
Perfection. So I'm just going to assume here. Do you see the team as a means to an end?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, no one gets influence over you.
No, not at all. I am absolutely just like walking around with these, like, yeah, no, they kind of get me where I need to go and make it look like I'm not selfish. That's kind of my.
Now, going back to Épée, we see Épée probably deflate as once again, no assignment. It's been way too long.
Yeah, you sort of see the. If you didn't know any better, you'd see you'd think that like the feathers in his musketeer style hat have sort of like just drooped a little bit. But it's okay. It's okay. I'll get my chance. And in the meantime, more training. Because that's what Épée does constantly. Is if he's not in the classroom, he's in the gym. Just training.
Yeah. So Épée is the beacon, right?
Yes.
Yeah. As you walk back to class, first walk to the gym. First, you think one of the other characters is awesome, and you want to hang out with them just every chance that you can. And we actually see like this flashback of all the instances of you trying to hang out with that person.
Yeah, you could just say it's me. That's fine.
I would if I were a better liar, but I am not. So, Aguila, actually, constantly trying to win. And I think that's part of why Aguila won't let me hang out, is that I'm just constantly trying to win Aguila's approval. And yeah, I think part of it too is that Épée is trying to be like all, I don't know, witty and theatrical about like trying to, and Aguila is maybe a little too straightforward to pick up on any of that. So it's so it's a little bit passive. It's like somebody who doesn't understand passive aggression, listening to somebody who is passive aggressive, and you just sort of like, yeah. It's like, wow, it should be great if we could go get coffee. Yeah, that would be.
Coffee as well. Would anyone else like to come join us for caffeinated beverages?
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
And who do you have to prove yourself to before you feel like a real hero? I'm getting a sense that it might be Aguila as well.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but you know what? I think I have to prove it to myself. I don't know if that's a bad answer, but
no, I'll let you.
Yeah, Épée doesn't have any powers. Like, I don't have wings. I'm not a soldier like the other two. So I'm all I have is a rapier. What Épée believes is a rapier-like wit, and just constantly training and staying in shape. And that's all I've got. I've got gymnast abilities and sword fighting ability. And when you're around people who can fly or throw a car, sometimes you just don't feel like you fit in with everyone. So I guess, yeah, Épée is like the epitome of that person who like hypes everybody up. But when they're on their own, they really don't feel like they, deserve to be where they are. So yeah, I think Épée needs to believe in Épée.
Yeah. And also
his
me.
arc. And you are just excited. You're so excited to be here. So Aguila, Super G, and Seraphim all get influence over you.
Yep.
That's right.
Okay. Well, we were just talking about you. So Aguila, you're the soldier. You're a soldier. So what did you? What victory did you win that secured a resource for Aegis? That this super powered police/military organization. It isn't quite clear what exactly. It isn't exactly clear how they operate. But what did you secure to them that made people notice you and send you to this academy?
I would say that she has the unusual background that she was actually raised for many of her years at Aegis. That was sort of the only family she knew. And despite being constantly, receiving Aegis level training, she was never allowed to go on missions, and she begged and she tried to demonstrate her capacity, and she was finally allowed to do so. I think there was a robbery she was allowed to tag along to finally, because it seemed very low stakes. But in the event that happened, a family was being robbed, and she saw that she was able to sort of, save the family. There were kids involved. Nothing happened to them, but it reminded her of what caused her to be there. And she saw that mirror, and she was able to prove, like, Aegis gave me the capacity, and now I've proved it, that I can prevent this bad thing that happened to me happen to anyone else. I can take it further and make sure that really no one else has to feel victimized, feel bad. And we have a good thing here. You trained me in this power. I can use it for good. Let me be what you need. I will take it all on. And some strings pulled, and I got to join this school.
Very cool. So, who do you think is crucial to the long-term success of Aegis? Who must you protect?
I think. Oof. I feel like there could be two answers here for very different reasons. I
already have an answer in my mind that I think it's going to be, but surprise me.
Okay, the surprise is that if Aegis can help or save someone like Seraphim, then no one is beyond saving.
I don't know what you're talking about. I did not
expect that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There are other assets to protect, of course, but one must always help first the downtrodden.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm doing great without you. Thank you very much.
Okay, and who isn't always thrilled with the way Aegis handles things? You've come to value their critiques, even if you don't agree with them. Also, hi Alec, thanks for the love.
Whoa.
Okay, you read the question, sorry.
You aren't always thrilled with... a person isn't always thrilled with the way Aegis handles things. You've come to value their critiques, even if you don't agree with them.
You know what? Because Épée is one of the most earnest and well-spoken people, and you know what? That is their superpower.
Oh. that is either an incredibly low blow or a really heartfelt thing to say.
Skirting that line is Aguila.
And then finally, Super G, you are... do we want to tell people what playbook you're playing?
I am a
Mystery.
a mystery.
A mystery.
I don't know how this part is supposed to work. Just because of the influences. It does say that I have one less than
Oh yeah, right. I'm supposed to influence.
I don't
let me bounce
Oh,
back
yeah.
to
I don't know
Aguila
how that
real
works.
quick because I do need to do influences for Aguila. So which two teammates have earned your esteem?
Épée and Super Jeep.
I was gonna say,
Just anybody, not Seraphim.
out of the three of us, which two do you like?
I mean, I already surprised you before. I need to like keep it like a bit
Let's
more
be honest here.
easy this time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to ask your question. Ask a question because we're keeping things secret.
Surprise.
But I am wondering, are you more or less trusting than Aguila? And if you,
I would say more.
okay, in that case, you give out influence to every member of the team.
Let's do it.
Yep.
So
So I have influence over everyone.
now
Excellent.
everyone has influence
No.
over you.
Okay, yeah. Nope, sorry. Yeah, wrong. Wrong.
Other way around.
Sorry.
As the night falls, you see the first team of superheroes actually leaving the quad, and you are all going to your respective evening activities, which could be studying, could be just trying to get an early night's sleep, could be doing some drills on the practice yards. So, what are you all doing?
Yeah, I think Seraphim's definitely like editing a TikTok right now of just like my life as a 19-year-old living in Halcyon City, and it's just like him doing just insanely like overpriced nonsense in between classes, but like narrating it as if it's the most normal thing in the world. Just like, so first I got up and I got out of my Tempur-Pedic bed that I had installed into my dorm room. And then I get it's just like the whole thing is just so dramatic and
You're
overdone.
the worst kind of influencer. You know that,
Yeah.
right?
And yes, absolutely. And it is all also hashtag ad for Raid Shadow Legends somehow.
Get out.
That's what, yes.
Get out.
The superhero is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, we're moving over to the next person. What is Super G doing while this is going on?
So I think actually, Super G lives off campus, parents, and she is actually like working out in the home gym. Her parents are Aegis agents. They work for Aegis, so there's like, you know, they're athletic, fit people, and she's working out. Ever since she learned about, you know, being adopted and other things, she's just been feeling really kind of insecure about herself, you know, so she's trying to get some gains or something.
Okay.
She's working out.
Okay. And as well, actually, I didn't get there first to Seraphim because for the memes I had to cut the gamer off. But as you are doing your editing, eventually you hear there's the PA bell, and then there's a woman's voice that says, "Seraphim to the headmaster's office, please." And that's where we cut into Super G training, who, as she is pumping pumping iron. I know my gym terms.
It's leg day. It's leg day.
she probably has like music in from her phone, something like that. Just on the music stops for a second, and you hear the AI on your phone announce new message from Halcyon City Academy for heroic youngsters.
I checked the message. Is it like a text message, a voicemail? What is it?
The message is basically like one of those automated messages that just says student recall. Please report to the headmistress's office.
Like, this is like in the evening, right? Like, this is like way after school. Okay. She
Yes.
grabs her brightly colored jacket and her bow that shoots lasers, and she heads back to campus on her motorcycle.
Yeah. As we see her starting to grab her stuff, the screen fades over to Aguila in faces transposed for a second, and then we see Aguila. What is Aguila doing?
I think during the day, homework as soon as it's assigned, because you can't get a lot of ages, a lot of catching up on debrief documents. But I think evening would be like training time. So if there's like this those reflex board with the buttons left and you have to really like do them fast. She keeps trying. She's there trying to break her own record, which hopefully is already the school record, but she's trying to break that.
You know what? It actually sounds to me like you're doing a move here. Just because we haven't rolled dice yet, and I want to roll the clicky-clacky math rolls.
Clicky-clacky!
Because the move you're doing here sounds to me like you're unleashing your powers.
I am strong. Sure. I'm trying to hone them into accuracy and things.
Yeah. So, I think this would be superiority to unleash your powers.
Let me double check what my things are to that. I have a +1 to that. Okay, so it's 2d6, right?
Normally we do roll in the foundry.
Okay, I'm just going to put them in my hand for good luck, and I'm gonna roll in foundry. Okay.
If you just click on your stat, it should roll it. Because we have clicky clacky math rocks in foundry, and I want to show them off.
Superior, we said yes.
Superior.
Pop. Hey.
Okay. So
Nice.
this completely useful test shows off that as you're doing this, just as you finish with the last one, the one of those nice little chimes starts playing, like we have a new record, as you beat your own record again. And people definitely are watching around you, taking looking intently at you. And I'm going to make a GM move. I'm going to shift your approaches. What are they called again? Labels. I'm going to shift your labels. I'm shifting superior up and mundane down. Do you?
Whoa!
Or does Aguila consider herself superior?
You know what? In this moment, because the team wasn't assigned, she's gonna like relish the small victories.
Okay.
This is the silver lining. This is the glass half full.
Very cool. Superior shifts up to 2, and mundane shifts down to -1. She's getting a bit full of herself.
It's different.
But as that happens, almost the moment when you see everyone look at you, you suddenly see everyone looking at you differently as the ding, bing, ding starts playing. And Aguila, please report to the headmistress's office.
Well, I don't need the accolades, but of course I'll go.
So nobody's gonna ooh Aguila. I see how it is. I see. Yeah, it's me. Everybody wants to make fun of me for being called it. Interesting. All right, I got it.
So,
Twitter's gonna rip
and
you guys apart.
as she turns around to move away, the screen fades into Épée. What is Épée doing?
Huwag ka maingay ha. Si Karen natutulog before pamamaya.
Okay.
Épée is also training. Épée is in, since this is a superheroes academy, Épée is on that sort of combination. It's a gymnastic obstacle course. So he is diving and jumping and swinging through that, while at the same time fencing with a little hover bot that fences back.
Very cool.
Yeah. And despite what I said earlier about Épée not feeling great about himself, he's actually doing really good. Like it's impressive to watch. It's like a sequence of, if you've watched Nightwing on any of the Teen Titan stuff, it's sort of that level of gymnastic ability. It's actually
he is actually very good at this. It's
Yes.
just that he's not super, and he has opinions.
Right. Yeah, he's in his feelings about it. So much so that there's actually a point at which I'm just going to say that the room that I'm in has a skylight. And so he looks up at the dramatically appropriate moment to see the first team, like the superhero teams, flying off to do their patrol, and has that little sort of like, and then goes back to training.
Okay, so as you're training, about half an hour to an hour passes, and then the same thing happens to you. You actually see Aguila, because you're both in the gym. You see Aguila, you hear Aguila being called to the office, and you see her walking past you. And then a moment later, ding, 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 ding. Épée, please report to the headmistress's office.
And I think it takes a second to sink in that he's actually been called to the office. And he slips. He does that, comedically appropriate. Yeah. Falls off of the whatever piece of equipment he's on, and like, ugh. It's like, oh, yeah, okay. Great. Nobody saw that, right? Great. Awesome. And off he
Are
goes.
you all right? I heard you hurt yourself.
Oh,
I was walking past in that exact moment.
I like that.
I'm also in the hallway. I'm also standing behind Aguila. It's just like, looks like you took a rough fall there, bud.
Yeah, it's just part of the training. You gotta learn to take a fall.
Yes, weight displacement is very important. Good for you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. The scene goes into one of those four-way splits as we see each of the people walking out of their respective rooms, and we see Super G on her motorcycle. All of them moving as one. We see Épée and Aguila merge into the same panel. As Aguila says that, and then Seraphim merge in as he comes up behind them, and then finally, as everyone ends up in front of the door, we merge in Super G, as all of you are standing in front of this large mahogany door that has a little silver nameplate with the words Professor Penumbra, Headmistress. Enter. A voice rings
Super
out
G.
of the type that clearly expects to be obeyed immediately, expects full discipline.
Yeah, Aguila opens the door and walks right in.
Super G is directly behind her because she's a little bit intimidated and terrified by the headmistress.
So, as the door opens, you see Professor Penumbra sitting behind. Actually, not sitting behind her desk, standing, back turned towards you, as she is looking at a one of the holographic view screens, and she turns around to you. She's dressed fully in this sharply fitted purple suit, as in actual suit, like business attire, not a superhero suit, with a blue, rather low-cut top behind it, underneath it. Black gloves, permanently. She's always seen with those. And hair that is on one end, this white swoosh that comes down on her on the right side of her face, and then a shorter black half on the other side. As she turns around, perpetual scowl, looking at the four of you. It takes a moment, but then good that you could make your way out here this quickly. Have a seat, children. And she starts walking back up to her desk.
Aguila
I'll
takes the
stand,
nearest
thanks.
seat.
Yeah, I'll stand.
Super G just takes Aguila's lead and sits. She doesn't have the same like posture. She's just kind of like a timid, reserved, like hands on her lap, like don't make eye contact with the teacher.
Yeah. Épée is trying to look very confident in this moment, but for all of his training, the one thing he hasn't figured out quite yet is how to sit down while wearing a sword. So there's a little bit of a goes to sit down, the rapier gets caught in an arm, has to unhook that, and then like this. Oh, yep, nope, I got it. It's fine. Finally, he just pulls the rapier out and sits down and has the rapier in his lap.
Professor Penumbra looks pleased enough that at Aguila and Super G, who are immediately following her orders. Not so at Épée, who is just the perpetual screw up in her eyes. But her wrath focuses on Seraphim as she looks at you and says, "Sorry. I think you might not understand the relationship we have. Please, have a seat."
What? Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Hold the chair.
You know what? I think she's going to use her influence over you. And what would this be? I think shifting down your superior to shift up your mundane.
Okay, mean.
Do you resist that?
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna resist that. I'm gonna pull up a chair, but I'm gonna do it in a snarky way, and I am gonna sit in it backwards.
Okay.
Practicing it.
So as you are attempting to resist, let me double check how that works again. Because the first person didn't resist, so now I have to actually figure out how that works again. One sec.
What you do is you print out the character sheet and you go.
That,
Oh boy.
I mean, that would certainly be a thing that could be done. Also, hi astronaut, welcome to the stream. I'm just trying to figure out when you reject someone's influence, you roll. On a hit, you successfully hold to yourself and tune them out. On a 10+, you can either clear Okay, let's just go ahead and try to roll for rejecting influence.
So what stat am I rolling with there? So would that be with superior?
It maybe
I
I'm
believe
blind,
it
but
is.
I think it is, but there's a list of basic moves. Influence.
Rich influence. I found it, y'all.
Yeah.
I think when you reject someone's influence, you just flat out roll. You don't roll. You don't add anything.
Really?
So just
I
rollsies.
I might be misreading this, but
All right. No, I can do that. I just need to. I'll roll with danger, but it's +0, so
that's fair.
it'll be effectively. That is an 8.
So that's a partial success, which means that you do hold yourself. You hold to yourself and you tune them out, and you get to either clear a condition or mark a potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. Shift one label up and one label down, your choice, or cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them.
I think I'm going to. I don't like taking potential for them being the worst. So I think I am going to shift labels,
Okay.
and I am actually going to go superior +3, and I am going to go savior down to 0 because
Ooh.
I suck.
She looks at you as you're doing this and just look of disapproval, but then she turns to the rest of you. And says, now, Mr. Épée, are you quite done?
Oh, yes.
Very good. Thank you. Well, I had you all come here because, well, you can best see for yourself. And she slides over the tablet, and on the tablet you see the hero team that was sent out on this mission. And you see a single uniformed individual, looks like a mercenary style uniform, bulging muscles, getting surrounded by this team as they are in front of the Halcyon City First National Bank with multiple bags of money already just casually walking out of the building, tossing them into a van. The huge. Yeah. Right. Well, as you can see, Armsmaster, a middling tier supervillain of the more soldierly persuasion, was robbing Halcyon City First National when one of our teams on patrol intercepted, and you see it starting to, the camera is starting to move over like as if a drone was filming them, and the first one, Shadow, a like younger teenager who can shift into shadows and then out of shadows again, gets hit right in the middle as he's shifting back, just barreled into the side of the van. You see one of the others, a Red Hawk, look slightly taken aback and then make this dive bomb attack against him as the Hawk is just grabbed out of the air, slammed down and disabled. You see the what's his name again? Right, you see the god, this was such a good name. Yeah, you see a photo vor beginning to just suck light from all of the street lights and starting to get this blast ready. As the moment he does that, he gets hit in the face and the power just explodes him back. And finally, you see the antediluvian starting to raise up, pull water from the sewers with him, trying to force Armsmaster down, and just quick shot at both of the places where he's drawing water from. It explodes. Antediluvian slams down onto the ground, and at this point, the camera gets cut off as he's beginning to walk towards the heroes, starts pulling them with him, and just with his other hand, single gunshot, camera fizzles out. Yes,
That was
Can I
freaking awesome.
assess the situation? Because if you're telling me this is a mid-level criminal, what you're describing is a complete takedown. And
I am in fact describing a complete takedown.
this seems unusual.
Good on you for noticing. And yes, you can assess the situation. That is a move,
Superior.
and it is using. Thank you for telling me, because I was looking it up.
Which you recently just raised for me, so
Yes, so you're actually quite good at that right now.
that's a total 10. I get to ask 2 things, I believe.
Awesome. You are assessing the situation. Yeah, you get to ask two questions.
Of the following, or related to these kind of questions?
Well, I mean, if you have a different question that you want to ask, completely fine. But what here can I use to X? What here is the biggest threat? What here is in the greatest danger? Who here is most vulnerable to me? And how could we best end this quick? Are the options.
Let's have one of my questions here be, how could we best end this quickly beyond the mundane answer of capturing them?
Yeah. Okay. So as you look through this, you actually see you actually remember Armsmaster, because you guys you had to study villains as part of your curriculum, and you actually studied Armsmaster. Armsmaster is definitely not superpowered.
Yeah.
He is he's very good with a gun. He's trained with most weapons, and he used to be like a mercenary in conflicts in regions other than Halcyon City. First off, banks not his MO. Second off, each time he moved, you saw him move with this preternatural grace, a little bit faster than he should have, but also like glitchy, as if he was being pulled forward rather than actually moving on his own accord. So it looks to you like something is boosting him, and if you were able to take that something out, that would pretty much immediately make him a threat that the four of you could overwhelm. Zero difficulty.
Okay. And I guess my second question, I'm just going to go a little bit off the script here.
Okay. I love it.
Was the incoming team aware that Armsmaster was acting differently? Did they barrel in, or did they assess the situation and still got their asses kicked?
They moved in. It seemed that initially they weren't aware, and that about when the second hero got taken out, when Red Hawk got taken out, that is the moment that Photovore and Antediluvian started circling and started like charging up charging up massive blasts, the kind of stuff that you wouldn't be using against a like weaker hero.
They
Weaker villain.
panicked.
So yeah, they didn't remember their training and they started blasting. To quote some.
Okay, so you see Aguila, like, as she's receiving the explanation of what is happening, you see her, like, quietly, like, her eyes, like, going back and forth as she's formulating these thoughts, assessing the situation. That she hasn't been asked for her opinion yet, so she's keeping it to herself. I figure that's the kind of person Professor Penumbra is. Like, when she wants your opinion, she'll ask for it.
Yeah, so as you're starting to get it, Professor Penumbra looks at you and right, Miss Aguila, from your pose, I get the feeling you want to impress us.
Ma'am, the importance here is not whether or not this is impressive. The importance is that keeping our city safe and doing everything within our power. To that end, Armsmaster is moving beyond their known capabilities. If you look here at frame 431,
Oh my god.
Pulls it back.
you see an after effect. You see that the movement of this ligature is unnatural. There is an untold momentum here. Unless this individual is suddenly supered, this team was caught unaware, and unfortunately for them, were not able to rely on and recall their training to protect themselves.
Impressive. That was my estimation as well when I saw this.
Of course.
And it is why I chose one of the more senior teams to go out against him. And you are, in fact, the four of you are, in fact, one of the more senior teams. You have been with the academy for a year or two. You've been training, and you have been going out on patrols. And for the person asking in chat what a moment of truth is, the moment of truth is a moment where your character gets to take control of the narrative using a very specific script. Basically, they get to be awesome. Normally, they get to only be that twice in the entirety of a campaign. It's their World of Cardboard speech moment. So how does the rest of you react to this, by the way? Because Aguila is kind of taking the leadership position, but
and Épée is fine with that. Épée just assumes that like Aguila is the leader of our team,
I would like to do something while the professor is speaking to Aguila, like kind of on the sly. I'd like to pull out my phone, send a text message to my parents, my agent's parents, and let them know what's up, and ask for maybe like tell them what about how like something weird is happening. I would like to see if they would have like equipment we could borrow or something that would help. I would like to under the playbook move higher calling, like to roll for additional resources, equipment, or information.
Do you have a special label you roll for that? Or?
I don't actually have. It's okay. So I have an extra label, and it's soldier. So it's basically an extra stat. So I don't have like a way to roll it. So it's
just roll.
Just
roll another stat and say which level it's rolled at.
Can I do like? Hold on, let me see if this will work.
You should
it
roll
didn't do
2d6
it.
plus 2
Okay.
in that case.
All right, that's a but. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna roll mundane and just add the
Ooh.
extra 2. Oh, that's
That
balls.
is
I rolled a
not
5.
good. As you
Okay, so. Okay,
as you're doing this,
it says on a 6 or lower, Aegis sends you what they think you need.
well, let me actually
Yeah.
double check how that
Oh
works.
no!
Um,
Damn it!
because you are using
Aegis brand
It's on
socks.
Hey, it's in my playbook.
yeah,
It's
I'm
in
looking
my
through them
list.
right now just to double check.
Failures mean you could get potential. It's not bad.
Yeah, you get
It's
potential,
spicy.
mark potential, by the way, because you failed. I'm not seeing that move in, or is that move?
Could be worse
Is that
things
move
to
in
fail at,
your
I
own
guess.
playbook? Because I'm not seeing it in the soldier playbook.
It's not. It's in my sheet. No, it's not a move. Well, it's an extra thing. It's in my. Dude, you
it's
know what
on
it is.
there.
It's on
Yeah.
the sheet.
Yeah,
It's
the
on my
problem is I'm
actual
trying to
sheet.
find it. Oh, there. I found
Just check
it
my
now.
sheet.
I got
Okay.
It's on my actual
sheet. When you ask Aegis for additional resources, equipment, or information during a mission, roll plus soldier. On a hit, they'll resupply you as best as you can. On a 10 plus, the resources are highly classified or experimental. On a miss, Aegis sends you what they think you need, regardless of what you actually requested. Okay, cool. That'll be coming over eventually.
In the next game.
Hey, mom, dad.
Yeah, so as you're doing this,
Stuff.
Professor
stuff's
Penumbra
happening.
just clears her throat. Sorry, Miss Super G, are we boring you?
No, I just wanted to see if my parents had any insight on the matter. I'm not very well versed on.
When you're out in the field,
And then
your parents won't be there to protect you. Part of your training is doing things yourself, Miss Super G.
She hesitates for a moment and she says, I always find value in learning from those who come before me. And then she lowers her head kind of in shame.
Oh my
I think
gosh.
she's actually going to use influence on you too to what
I'm
would
gonna
this
resist
be?
that.
I'm gonna say
gonna
to help Super G resist, Aguila is still like sitting there like unmoved. But since Super G mentioned that she sat down next to her, Aguila's just going to open her legs and one of my shoes is going to touch your shoe. Like, I'm not moving and I'm not being public about it, but this is my way of showing solidarity of like, you're okay. You're all right.
Yeah. I think what she's
playing
what
footsie.
she's actually trying to do is increase your superior and lower your mundane.
Wait, what?
She's basically trying to force you into a lesson that you are the thing that saves you, not other people.
Oh, she's breaking you down to build you back up, bullshit thing.
Ah, yes, of course.
Oh. I feel like maybe she doesn't understand that unnecessarily, and I'm gonna try to resist it
Okay.
anyway, just to
You
see
get my
what
back,
happens,
though.
because I feel like she would. She's like that. So, oh, here it is. Rejecting influence. I'm gonna push the button. Is there a button to push here? Won't let me push a button. Okay.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
Oh, there is a button. Yes. I'm gonna roll it.
Oh,
I roll a five.
you're not. Yeah, mark potential. You're not having a good day, are you? So
I am having to worry. You get to change it the way you want to
yeah,
change
so
the label.
you get to mark a condition. So I think it's reasonable for you to mark insecure
it.
in response to this, right?
Yep.
And
Already done.
your superior is marked up and your mundane is marked down. As you try to explain yourself, but you almost stutter away. And Professor Penumbra just looks at you, and you fall silent. And yes. Anyway, we were able to get eyes. Back on Arms Master. He's currently on the move through the city, likely towards his compound. On the scene, they were able to recover most of the cash that was stolen. The only thing that was taken from the scene were the 4 youngsters. Your mission? Follow him, take him out, return the children.
Wait, hold on, time out. He just took them? I know they got defeated, but they're gone?
Would you like to assess the situation? That's what it sounds
I mean,
like.
I don't know. I think I'm just asking her. I mean, I'm just looking her dead in the eyes and being like, he just took him? Like,
the last thing that the footage showed you, and just the last thing that we saw, he was pulling them into the van, and eyewitness accounts claim something similar.
okay. Yeah. I just feel like we're being really casual about a bunch of kids being pulled into a van, but that's fine.
I'm being nothing of the sort.
Just feel like we could have gone now. Okay, so where are we going? Let's go.
To be fair, you guys have been here like a minute or two between all of the dice rolling. As she says, yes, I do believe that is the best idea. Now, go through the armory, get yourselves armed up. Make sure to get the gear package for a supered villain threat rather than than a mundane villain threat. And best of luck.
Thank you, Professor Penumbra. We won't let you down.
Already walking out of the room.
Yeah. Épée tries to do a flourishing, with the blade, which is somewhat hampered by the fact that, as he's standing up, his scabbard is still stuck in the chair. So as he stands up, he pulls the chair up with him, and it's dragging behind him as he's, we're on it.
I'm going to exert influence over you two. As she looks at you and, Mr. Épée, you are a hero. Start acting like it. And she's going to try to shift down your mundane and shift up your superior.
Damn.
Oh. Yes. Yeah, Épée is not going to resist. Jeremy is not the type of person who is going to, he assumes she's right, so.
Okay, yeah, so shift down mundane, shift up superior, as she just nods and waves you out of the room.
Okay.
And then we fast forward as we have a
Montage.
equipment montage as you all enter the armory and start grabbing gear for dealing with a super threat. And
it's hilariously, I am the only one who walks out of the montage wearing less clothes than I was before. Like, shirt off, I've painted the ridiculous markings all over me. Like, took some real time to paint those on, and just walk out fully shirtless.
Literally, the only bit of equipment you have is this little is one of those little cameras that when you toss it up into the air, it starts zooming around you and following you.
One of the Snapchat drone things.
Basically, but much more advanced.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Actually good.
I used to do a GoPro strap to the head, but this was a lot better because now I can get the outside views and I don't have to awkwardly look down at my own abs to get them on screen.
You can also send it forward to scout for you, but when will you ever do that?
Do not do that. That would be ridiculous. What's the point of the footage if I'm not in it?
But as we move forward, is there anything anyone wants to do before we move into the the encounter?
No, let's go. This is going to be great, especially for me.
I'm ready to go.
Okay, so as we fast forward, we see the crew running out of the team running out of the academy building into their different modes of transport or flying, and we fade out and fade back in to this disgusting looking old warehouse. Owned by Halcyon Holdings Corporation, clearly a front corporation. Inside, the lights are on, and you can hear the sounds of machinery going on as you get ready to save your friends. As we zoom over the shoulders of the heroes, and we see this old warehouse by Halcyon City Holdings, probably some kind of a holding company that certainly isn't used for any nefarious means. You all look at this building, and from outside, can't quite see anything, at least not from this vantage point. So what do you all do?
Aguila will ask Super G, I recall you were trying to get some more information from a more direct source. Was there anything that came out of that?
I check my phone.
It is later.
This is true.
It is later.
And as you say that, you see on your phone one of the trackers that Aegis uses. You see something approach at supersonic speeds, then slow down as you look up in the sky, and this little package starts barreling down until at 100 meters above the air. Suddenly, a parachute opens up, completely black, not with the Aegis logo on it, and it just starts falling down towards you.
I hold my hand out to catch it. What is it?
I'm very surprised that you're restrained, Gainer.
I'm leaving it.
But yeah, it lands into your hands, and your expectations that were so great about it suddenly start falling as you notice that it's light and small. And as you unwrap it, all that is inside is a single, very tiny, almost bug-like metal creature with wings that expand the moment you open it up, and begin buzzing out as you're holding it, and you feel just a slight force tugging it upwards.
Like
you got a little spy drone. You got a little spy drone.
What is it? Oh, it's a spy drone. Okay. do I have any way of controlling it? Like, is it remote control?
phone?
Remote control?
It uses Bluetooth to connect to your
Bluetooth.
phone immediately and just
Okay.
gets ready for to receive orders.
Do we know which direction? Can I assess the situation to figure out which direction to send this drone? And I don't know. Just next moves. Let's figure out what the next move is. I don't know.
Okay. What is the next step? Go ahead and assess the situation.
Let's go. Please
Let's
don't.
see if you're more lucky this time.
It's me.
That's not true. Boundary hurts the people it likes.
Insecure.
Insecure is just
-2
-2 to defend or reject.
That does not
Yeah.
apply. Okay, well then let's go. Really?
With your
Okay,
+3,
not
that's
terrible.
with your
I
+3,
guess.
that is kind of sad.
Why do the D6s hate me?
So you get to ask one question.
It is really sad, actually.
What here can I use to X? What here is the biggest threat? What here is the greatest danger? Who here is most vulnerable to me? And how could we best end this quick?
None of these questions are going to help me find which
I
direction
mean,
to
the
send this
direction
drone.
you would know without rolling. The
where
direction
we
you would
are
know
at
without
this
rolling.
point-
You know that it's in the
That's fair.
warehouse is likely where the students are being kept.
Okay, yeah, I guess I just want to know, how could we best end this quickly? Like, what is the
Okay.
end? How do we get to our
Yeah.
friends?
So
super
as you
quick?
send a drone zooming forward, it maneuvers without problem and just flits its way in through one of the air vents and flies down towards like middle high level where no one is really looking, and it does one of those quick perimeter scans and hones in quite quickly on Armsmaster, who you immediately recognize, who's just pacing around, once again looking like jerky, like slightly faster than he should be, but like the movements don't really make sense for a human body to make. And the camera actually starts glitching a bit when it tries to hone in on him, as if something is going on that can't really be tracked by technology. As you see this, you see him pacing in front of the 4 kids who are sitting, each of them sitting cuffed with these nasty-looking metallic cuffs that have this slight light that shines from them. And you know these. Aguila knows these as well. These are suppressor cuffs, specifically used by Aegis to suppress temporarily the superpowers of a superpowered individual.
I show Aguila the app and basically like the footage that I'm getting, and I tell her, I'm like, look, you know what these are, and she's pointing at how they're cuffed.
Yeah, you know these like immediately. These are highly controlled. A
Yeah.
middle tier supervillain, a middle tier
not
villain
have
like
this.
him should not have access to this.
I have a question. If I send a drone forward closer to what's his name?
Armsmaster.
I'm Armsmaster. What happens to the camera? Like my screen, does it get fuzzier? Like, is it interference?
Well, basically, you know how you have that glitch effect that YouTubers like to use so much, where it goes red, blue around the thing, with like a little bit blue on the blue red shifted, essentially. That, but it's like a more like shadows are shifting around him almost. And the closer the camera gets, the more it starts having the shift effect on it. And eventually, like when you get close enough, you can still clearly see that he's there, but the shifting effect itself is basically making it impossible for the camera to even just pick him up. He's just in 3 places at once. There's almost no way you can really track him with the camera.
Like, I'm leaning over Super G's shoulder, being like, "Oh, you think I could do that with After Effects? That's actually really."
You could do this. You actually have done this before with After Effects.
Okay, cool. All
you
right,
know
so-
exactly the effect to use.
All right, cool.
No, like Seraphim. Okay, but look, it's actually live footage, though. It's not some weird edited stuff.
Well,
and
okay, yeah.
As you guys are discussing this, you hear him start to speak in a phone. So, when are you going to be here? I got the packages. They're probably sending a team over already. Just send someone to pick them up. And at that point, the spy camera hones in on the signal, and you hear someone, voice distorted, saying back,
"Just hold tight. Someone will be there very soon."
and then the phone clicks.
All right.
I'm gonna call the drone back, like in a way that essentially, if there's a way for
That's completely fine.
the video to capture like a route for us to get to that room, I'm gonna try to have the drone pick up how to get there.
The things you definitely know now are, one, there's only one person in there aside from you. Aguila, you realize something else. If these are standard Aegis cuffs, you know how to unlock those. Super G as well, as in it should just take an override code. And you remember back, how could he be stopped? Well, those cuffs suppress superpowers.
And he's super now. Okay.
Somehow.
So you wouldn't even have to double cuff him. You would just have to get them in contact with him and close them around one of his appendages.
Okay.
Cool.
Now, team, based on the footage that we saw earlier, Arms Master didn't seem to particularly hone in or doesn't seem additionally studied in counter-affecting, our compatriots' abilities. They were just simply overwhelmed. So, looking at our team, I believe that we have one thing to our advantage. And that is a bit
Me.
unconventional means.
Right.
I am agreeing with you.
Right.
One thing that you, by the way, immediately realized is when looking at it is he's going entirely off of instinct. He's basically just using all the moves that he was using before in footage that you had studied, just faster, better, stronger, and harder.
Yeah.
And Super G is trying to be like, she's starting to feel a little anxious because she wants to say something, and then finally she says, "There's a more immediate concern. Didn't you guys hear in the footage?" And she points to her phone. "Someone's coming."
We should move quickly. Our goal is to take him down and release these students, not chase this extra thread.
Right. And if we chase him, one more better. Right? Let's just do it
The
if we
opposite.
got the time.
No.
If we
No.
have the time, we'll do it.
We don't have time.
All right, cool.
Have time.
I would like to throw my drone camera up into the air and start live streaming. And be like, "What's up, Seraphims? It's me, Seraphim. I'm out here. We're getting ready to go storm this evil bad guy lair. Just, hey, go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get ready to go, man. Let's freaking do it."
I lean to Épée like, actually, this might be all right. I mean, if the team coming in is aware that they're being marked, this might discourage them and give us more time to save our compatriots.
Yeah, I mean that sounds reasonable. Yeah.
I'm in a secret location. No one will know where we are. I'm like in front of the sign on the building. I'm like, we could be anywhere.
Super G is already backflipping away. She's still feeling a little bit insecure from speaking with the headmistress, so she's trying to like feel completely badass, and she's just backflipping away. She's ignoring Seraphim. Everybody's just going.
Completely understandable.
I guess I say out loud. I guess Seraphim is on team unconventional. Super G, you team unconventional or team rescue the? On team unconventional.
She's team rescuing the people. She's already gone. She's trying to do her thing. It's those
Wild,
Power
because even
Rangers.
I don't do that many backflips.
Ranger style backflip. She's been working out.
Yeah. Épée is going to go high. Épée is also on Team Rescue the Hostages, because the sooner we can get those cuffs off of them, the sooner they can join in the fight. And so
Go ahead.
Épée does like a Batman move. He pulls a grappling gun out of his thing, and like Épée is oddly competent right now. Like once they're in the thing, Épée is like focused and is like, I guess the talk from the headmistress did him a lot of good, because he's just like, yep. So grappling gun out, and he zips up to the roof.
Okay. And so two people expressed their willingness to go directly for the students. Seraphim expressed interest in team unconventional, confront the baddie. So Aguila is going to assist Seraphim, and she's going to like Hulk jump towards the building.
Right. You know, honestly, confronting them directly does way better with audiences. They really don't like the, you know, they love like if you do an interview with a hostage later, but really they want you to get in there. All right, gang, we're going right in. We're gonna face him down, and you know what? If we can get some gifts in chat, you know, maybe we'll do a post-fight interview. We'll have to see. All right, guys, we'll see you in a bit. And I'm gonna push down the like stage fright that I think is coming up, because I have no idea what this dude is gonna look like, and now I'm live streaming it, but gotta for the brand. And I'm going to use stage fighting to, now that I have an audience watching, I can mark a condition and use superior instead of danger to attack.
Nice.
So now that I've got an audience watching, I'm going to mark insecure, because I think that despite having done this so many times, I think Seraphim is still very much like always worried that today's gonna be the day that he gets taken down live in front of an audience.
It isn't even the danger to his body that matters, it's the danger to his ego.
If I die, that's actually better. Like, if I were to die, that would actually be way better for the brand than if I were to survive and get my ass handed to me.
It's good.
Yeah, and Aguila will indeed be like just about the last to move after the whole team is going, because I want to... Aguila is banking that Seraphim can be so distractive and disruptive that she can get a beat on how to read. So she's going to try to pull off it before we get started, but that'll help if Seraphim can hold him off for like a few seconds.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Great.
How do you all? Let's start first with team sneaking in. As we see Super G and Épée on the roof, looking down through a skylight, and you see him moving. And to you, now that you're looking directly at him, unless you're looking at him through some kind of digital means, you're not using any.
I still have the little drone in that room.
Oh yeah, no, I mean like if you're you now have direct visual on him.
Oh, okay.
So unless you're looking at him through like a digital scope or something like that, you can actually see him moving, and it's unnerving the way that he moves. He moves as someone who's been sped up like 1.5 times. is the best way of describing it. But he doesn't seem to glitch. The glitching is definitely a mechanical thing, as in something that the movement does isn't really easy to pick up for a camera. But yeah, you see him moving around. You see him starting to walk away slightly from the hostages. As how do you proceed?
Just before we jump in,
ahead. Sorry.
do we have a team pool yet?
Yeah, we need to establish
I
our
think
team.
at this point the team pool should be established. Yeah. So let's
God.
quickly go over that. Who's the leader?
I mean,
Aguila.
Aguila.
I don't like that it's Aguila.
But
It makes sense.
I'm
that it
not
is.
on board with that, but
She didn't direct you. She made a suggestion that you happened that was framed in a manner that was particularly agreeable to.
sure. Let's go with that. Whatever you say.
Aguila is the leader because she's good at making it seem like it was your idea.
There you go. That's what I was going for.
Very good. Okay, so does the leader, Aguila, have influence over every teammate?
I have influence over Épée, Super G. I think so.
You do not
Have
have.
influence over Seraphim.
No, you're right. I'm
Nobody
looking at my
does,
list.
baby. No.
Okay, so you guys start
I
with
have
two
no
team pool.
friends.
I have to start with what?
With two team pool, just
Right.
from having team pool. If everyone has the same purpose in the fight, add another team.
No, we're
It
two teams.
feels like you guys are two teams. So
Yeah.
if any team member mistrusts the leader or the team, remove a team.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm
Sucks,
sorry.
Seraphim.
I gotta stay true to my character. I do not trust Aguila. She's way too by the books. Don't trust it.
But she
I-
said to be
Aguila,
unconventional.
Would you like to mark a condition to avoid removing that team from the pool?
Yeah.
Hey, which condition are you marking?
Guilty.
Why are you guilty?
I feel bad that I have to resort to reverse. Aguila thinks she feels bad that she has to resort to reverse psychology.
Okay, very cool.
Okay,
And then finally, if your team is ill prepared or off balance, remove a team. Actually, you guys seem fairly prepared. So
Yeah.
you start with two team, and just as a reminder to chat, that donating to charity, $10, gets the team another team pool.
Help us out.
And we could use it.
Okay, so as you're sitting there, Épée and Super G, is there anything you want to do in particular right now?
I could take him. As she looks down, is there some sort of sky roof situation?
Yeah, you're looking through a skylight down. There's one of those old rusty doors on the skylight. Well, more like window openings on the skylight, and there's you can see walkways. This seems to be like an old canning factory, and all of the young heroes are set up against one of the canning lines on the factory floor down beneath you.
I'm gonna look at Épée like with the biggest smirk on my face, and then I'm going to wait until Arms Master is like right beneath us, and I'm gonna try to break through the skylight and land on top of Arms Master.
Well done. You have completely deviated from the plan, like immediately. So it sounds like you're directly engaging a threat.
I would like to point something out. I have a move called Going Solo, When you directly engage a threat entirely on your own, you can roll plus superior and plus danger.
Correct. So go ahead and directly engage a threat with your superior.
Roll good.
Oh boy, this is gonna be really good or really bad. I'm
You can
afraid.
still roll that
Okay, here we
d4
go.
for the moment of truth.
So what's our plan, Super G? Oh, we're going. Oh,
Okay. A partial success. You either take something from them, you create an opportunity for your allies, or you impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Okay. Okay, because we are all aware that it is an object that is making Arms Master move
No.
faster,
No.
correct?
The object that you could use to stop Arms Master is
Like, is it
one
the
of
cuffs?
those cuffs that the heroes have on right
Oh,
now.
okay.
Those actually
So-
contain the thing that
so
blocks
it's-
your hero essence.
Okay, so there's nothing on him that's making him do the weird things that I could
No,
take,
the cause.
potentially.
He has weapons on him, obviously, because Arms Master, but he has so many weapons on him that if you take one, well,
Okay.
he has like two others immediately ready.
I would like to create an opportunity for Épée to come in and do something
Okay.
as I'm distracting Arms Master.
Épée, do
Okay.
you want to use that opportunity to try and save the hostages, or are you going to go full force into it?
well, I'm going to
I
stick
would-
to.
Sorry.
No worries. I'm going to use that opportunity to save the hostages because we need to get those bracelets and we need to get them in the fight. So
Okay. Yeah, I'd say that you do this to change the actual situation, so your teammate has a chance to do something they couldn't otherwise do. So you don't get team pool, but you now have the chance to try to save at least one or more of the hostages. And so as you drop down, you see Super G start pummeling Arms Master, who actually seems to be taken off guard. He's starting to try to get his composure, starting to try and block. And I'm going to mark angry on him. So you get the first mark on him as he angrily starts to get ready to do something in just a moment. But this is when Épée drops down from the ceiling. And what is this? I think this might be defend someone, or comfort or support.
I like comfort support.
yeah.
I'd say support someone as you try to start removing those things. By the way, Aguila and Super G, you can currently spend team to basically transfer the override codes to Épée, so that he can override the restraints.
Oh shit, we should have.
How much team?
One team to give him +1.
How many? Yeah, I think we should.
I think that makes sense. Because if we don't have the cuffs in the end, then the confrontation would be dramatic but meaningless. So I'm gonna mark off on.
I'm gonna yell over my shoulder, check your phone! Transferring the codes.
Nothing. This is terrible.
This is
We had
terrible.
a plan.
Okay.
Even
so-
Seraphim had a plan.
I was even gonna go with the plan.
Wow. Seraphim is not the center of attention anymore.
It's ridiculous. I refuse. I refuse. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna punch. Super
Okay, so
G.
Épée, go ahead and roll defend. Actually, no, roll
Okay.
roll comfort or support. So that's a mundane roll, and you get a
Okay.
+1 from team.
All right. Here we go. So
Okay, that's 7. No complications.
7. Yeah.
Actually, comfort or support is mentally. So I'll last minute change this to savior for you.
Okay.
Because that makes a lot more sense to me, honestly.
All right.
Which I think boosts you slightly, right?
Yes. It gives me another +1, so I would be an 8 as opposed to a 7.
An 8.
So you expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation.
Yeah, I think you expose yourself to danger as you start undoing one of the sets of cuffs. You get one of the sets of cuffs off, and you now have a set of superhero suppressing cuffs. And you notice that the one you took the cuffs off of, Red Hawk, just even as as you see some of the blood return to his face, he slumps. He's still unconscious, even if he's not suppressed.
Okay, they're not going to be able to help us. I think also
as you say that, Armsmaster turns around and just growls as now we get to his move, because angry. Vent through unthinking violence, break the environment, shut down conversation, lash out at any vulnerability, or escalate the situation. He's going to escalate the situation dangerously as he turns around, looks at you as, "Oh no, you don't," and pulls a lever, and the canning machine starts moving. As 3 of the heroes who are sitting on the canning machine van are starting to move towards the steaming machine, essentially.
Sorry, he's gonna can them?
James Bond on a conveyor belt.
He's basically forcing you guys out to split up to deal with him and deal with the threat. So he's putting people in danger. He was just going to punch Super G in the face, but I think this is much better. And by better, I mean worse. So as this happens, Seraphim comes breaking through the window, wings outstretched. Am I representing you correctly?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I come in all the way.
You see the situation. You see him just pulling down the thing, and you hear the of the machine starting to move, and you see Super G just dodging out of the way of punches that are now starting to fly at her, and Épée standing with one of the sets of cuffs in his hand and having just pulled a hero off the conveyor belt.
I fly in and I go, all right, your reign of... Oh, come on. Okay. I thought you guys were going to do that. Okay. Yeah. Well, I love teamwork. Man, of course, remembering the audience is watching, like, yeah, dude, let's do it. Of course. Can it, villain? Get it? And then...
Okay, take a team pool. I don't know if the system works that way, but take a team.
Who cares? We're adding.
You guys have 2
One
teams
is
now.
being added.
And then I am going to fly in, and I am... Oh boy. You know what? I don't think Seraphim's at the point yet where he's gonna do anything but sell. I think I'm going to roll in, and I'm gonna start I'm gonna start beating this guy up. I'm gonna directly engage here, because I know I probably should save those folks, but I simply assume that the last person in will do whatever needs to be done. And you know what? Aguila isn't here yet, so not it. I'm going to...
Aguila, you're right behind him as
This is like
he
a
just
second
starts
behind.
He starts zooming down towards the towards the threat, and you see the canning conveyor belt starting to move with 3 of the heroes still on it. But yes, Seraphim.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for that's gonna be I can roll with superior because of my audience is watching, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Insecure does not apply. That is a 9, so partial success. So pick one. I will. I'm going to roll in, and I'm going to activate like my minor photokinesis, just make my eyes glow, and my voice. I just start like warming up my vocal cords as I roll in to just yell like judgment shall fall upon you from the Seraphim, and I would like to frighten my opposition.
Okay.
This is a normal thing to do, guys. And then I wink at the camera.
Yeah, as he's getting rearing back for a punch against Super G, you get a sense that this one would have actually probably taken not taken her out, but knocked the wind out of her. You see him spin around, lose his footing as Super G shoves him back, and he's now on his back foot, looking at you, actually slightly afraid. As I'm marking the afraid condition, because you succeeded your bluff check.
What's up? I'm very spooky. Also,
however, he's going to react. He's going to react.
We did get a dono. Also, I would just like to point out we got a $20 donation.
Oh my god! Yes, very cool.
Thank you so much.
It is a $20 donation, and the note is a potential for everyone. So I'm assuming that's rather than the $20, that's 4.
Yeah. So 4 potential. So everyone mark potential, and thank you, actor of stage and screen, Jude Law.
Oh, it's Jude Law.
I love you.
Nice.
Oh, nice to see you, Jude Law.
So carrying on, he's going to start reacting, because I get to do things when my villains become when my villains mark conditions. So in this case, he is going to respond by
giving me a little kiss on the cheek.
Lash out without thought at a threat. So he's going to twist around, and you are just out of range. You think, as he shifts his stance, and just grabs Super G by the shoulder, pulls himself forward, and just superhero pose flies up towards you. You all see him just shift forward, almost imperceptibly, and he's going to go for an immediate. Actually, not a punch. He's going to go 2 fingers forward, and he's going to attempt to poke your eyes out.
Oh boy, I need those.
You need those to see.
Can I? So am I? Can I roll to avoid, or am I just taking this?
You can, in fact, roll to
take a powerful blow. Is that? Are we considering this a powerful blow?
This would be a powerful blow that he's going to try to put on you. Take a powerful blow. This means that you that is your resistance check.
Right. So I'm rolling to plus conditions marked here to see if I can resist some of this damo, because I'm not super excited about that. Where are you here? Take a powerful blow. Here we go. Modifier. It's gonna be Ooh, it's not. Doesn't want me to roll this for some reason, but I will roll plus freak because it will equivalently be the same because it's plus conditions marked. So that is that. We're gonna see. So that's a total of 8.
So choose one. You lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action. You give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain. Mark 2 conditions.
I am going to. Oh my gosh.
Want to miss on this one? Ah, that's funny.
Yeah. So yeah, when you take a powerful blow, because you're rolling plus conditions, the higher is worse. I am going to. Lash out verbally. I am going to yell at Super G and be like, "You couldn't try and stop him a little bit," and take advantage of my influence to inflict a condition.
God.
On Super G. Because I'm the worst. So,
Do I get to pick that?
I don't know.
I get to pick it?
Let's see. You inflict a condition, so you get to choose which condition you're inflicting.
Oh boy. Okay. Do you have any conditions currently marked, Anne?
The only one is insecure, so have fun with that.
Okay.
It's fine. Go for it. I'm having a great time.
I'm going to inflict
Super G
guilty
isn't,
on you.
But
Okay. Yeah, so Super G, how do you feel about not being able to protect your teammate? As he does dodge out of the way of the first bit of the attack. His eyes don't get poked out, but the follow-up is just an immediate hook to his jaw as Seraphim goes sprawling into the air, not taken out of the fight, but definitely hurting.
So Super G's gonna be like, "Look, I tried," and like I imagined that Super G tried to make a grab at Arms Master as they were trying to fly up, and just like, damn it, and just feeling really bad about herself.
Arms Master at this point has landed, 3-point landing on the ground, and he's already getting up, turning around, starting to go for Super G again. Actually, no, getting up, turning around, locking eyes with Épée, and he's starting to get ready to charge Épée. Aguila, you look inside and you see this happening. And what do you do?
So
there's people in danger. There's a villain that's kind of being pummeled, but also pummeling back.
Okay, the pummelies are still pummeling. So, but there's a potential canning happening. So I would like. Happen. I hate you. Sure, Papa. I'm going to try to help the hostages. So they're on this conveyor belt, and I want to be particularly reckless, where I just want to kind of charge in at the very front of the machine, and I want to try just like break the conveyor feeding belt off it with me right next to it. So I'd like to use my soldier move more than a shield. I directly engage with the threat by heading directly into the danger without regard for my own safety. And to do that, I rolled with Savior. So I'm basically going to the front of the machine and trying to break it off by being right next to it somehow.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Roll good, please. Choose. All conditions. The condition guilty to manage to provoke, but I'm rolling with Savior. Is that a thing? I'm provoking a machine. It's a machine.
Well, you're not provoking the machine. It doesn't seem like.
Okay.
I think you're. I'd call it directly engaging, or maybe just unleashing your power, or wielding your powers.
Okay, that did not cause a roll, did it?
So either roll plus freak or roll plus danger, I'd say.
I get to roll with superior for this.
Yeah, because because
but you're still directly engaging. So no -2. That is a success. So yeah,
Gil's been rolling freaking absolute bangers all night.
Well, I don't get potential, but okay.
You make your way up to the. Well, you got potential from chat. You make your way up to the thing, and you see that machine, and honestly, machine. You start pulling down on it, and crack! It gives way. Not necessarily turning it off or becoming less of a threat. In fact, there's now steam starting to fill the factory. But good news, the conveyor belt is twisted to the side, and the
Hostages fall off.
hostages on it are starting to roll towards just the factory floor instead of towards an untimely steamy demise.
Oh,
And the wrong kind of steamy.
Are they actually in greater danger now?
No, they are in zero danger.
Okay, because you said a steamy demise. I was like,
Yeah, no, they're not heading towards their steamly demise.
yeah. And just for flavor, I want to, as I've literally ripped the conveyor belt off and the hostages are off it, I almost want to like prop the conveyor belt on its side to like either give them shielding or cover for a second.
Right.
As I
Yeah, as you do that, perfectly fine. You see once again that the 3 hostages that were still on the belt aren't moving. They're still alive, clearly, but they are unconscious.
Okay. I don't have anything left in my turn to try to remove at least one more cuff, or is that like next round?
Well, you've just acted. I'm trying to just bounce between people. So, Épée, we haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to. So he's charging me down.
Yeah. He's in
Épée
fact
is-
beginning to charge forward, and he's zigzagging with like anime speed.
So Épée has anime speed. Does he have the Naruto arms and the anyway?
Naruto
No, in
arms?
fact, one of his arms is like this, and the other arm is outstretched forward to start to grab you and pummel you.
I'm so
Okay.
sorry. We have to pause and talk about the way Brent just pronounced Naruto. You did. It was
Do
full
we-
Naruto. It was wonderful. It was like I was talking to my parents. It was beautiful. Oh,
I have
boy.
never watched the show,
Same.
so my experience with it is people on Twitter.
That's right.
Yeah, it's
Same.
It's one of those things where you've read a word in a book for like decades, but have never said it out loud.
Oh boy.
In any case, Épée. Okay, Jeremy pees himself a little. Épée
Right.
is standing firm. He has his rapier out in front of him. He has the cuff, the open cuff, in his offhand, and of course, Épée has practiced rapier and dagger work, so it should be fairly easy to translate that into rapier and cuff work. So yeah, he's waiting, and he's yelling
It
at
sounds
him.
like you're either attempting to provoke him into making a mistake or directly engaging him.
Yeah, I'm trying to stand strong. So yeah,
I'll let you provoke while using your not this time. What's the name again?
suck it, Domitian.
Yeah, I'll let you use your suck at the mission with provoke.
Okay.
Because if
so
you
yeah,
succeed on this, you could make them you could make them err.
yeah.
Hair.
You can
Sure.
make them fuck. You can make them
Yeah.
fuck up and gain a critical opportunity, which would be very useful for you with those cups.
Wow.
All right. And as he's charging in, I'm like yelling at him. It's like, you scullion, you rampallion, I'll tickle your catastrophe.
What?
And yeah,
Gross.
some of
Only with
those-
consent,
live
please.
streaming
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
oh yeah, tickle his catastrophe.
I'm literally like, there could be children watching Epic. Could we be chill, please?
I'm not gonna lie. Épée needs to workshop a few of these, but that's fine. And yeah, so I get to roll my savior for this, and
that's a partial success.
yeah.
So you get either you can choose one. They stumble, you take a +1 forward against them. They err, you gain critical opportunity, or they overreact, you gain influence. And I think I know what you're doing.
I would like to take the air if I could.
I will say this: you are very close to the end, and I get a feeling that someone is almost ready to take their moment.
Sure. Yeah, actually, absolutely.
Take the moment.
Yeah.
Take the moment.
Épée is going to take their moments. So specifically for the beacon, the moment of truth, this is the moment when you show them exactly why you belong here. You do any one thing, take out any one enemy, no matter how insane, no matter how ridiculous, because that's you. And so, yeah,
So how do you want to do this?
So as they charge in, Épée waits until like the last second. He's had plenty of opportunity to see how quickly they're moving. And he thinks he's adjusted properly, and it turns out he's correct. He leaps into the air just as they're about to strike and sort of uses them as a vaulting horse. And as he goes over, he simultaneously slaps the restraining cuff onto their outstretched arm as they're punching in.
The moment he does that, you feel him slowing down and almost stagger as the power leaves him, and you feel all the strength leave that arm.
And then I simultaneously carve with my rapier. I carve a cursive E into the back of his pants, and then kick him into the now broken conveyor belt where he gets like tangled up and
yeah, super cool.
Yeah.
And as he slams down and starts rolling, you now can move onto him to get the other side of the cuff on him, and he is restrained down. We move out of combat because you have succeeded. As you have your first victory of hopefully two, technically, or three, unless if you're Am. You begin to make your way towards the other heroes, uncuffing them and slowly starting to be able to get them back up. Aguila and Super G, with the bit of medic training that they received from Aegis, are able to get them back up on their feet and start to do some basic exams. At which point,
sorry, I missed it. Is Armsmaster cuffed?
Armsmaster's cuffed and locked up by the most surprising turnaround that you've seen, with Épée actually succeeding in just turning around a bull's charge into like an immediate lockdown.
Of course, Épée was able to succeed. I mean, they were the one who enthusiastically followed orders and had full trust in the team, and thus was able to succeed. This is no surprise.
I give Épée a high five.
And yeah, at this point, you start hearing sirens as both ambulances arrive for the heroes, and as you look out, you see vans marked with the Aegis logo start to circle the premises. You see soldier cops starting to make their way out. Armsmaster is led away in cuffs, not before angrily growling at Épée that he'll get you for this. he'll be out whenever he wants. The prison is a sieve.
Villain, I have done thy mother.
What?
He's just silent.
With consent, right?
So silent at that as he's being led away by the cops.
Not like that. No.
My God, Épée.
and then it's from Coriolanus.
Oh, it was an optional credit.
You know her name. That makes it worse.
Okay, so as he's being led away, he gets put into the back of one of the Aegis cruisers, and they start driving. The car drives away with him. You also see that at this point, a bunch of adult superheroes have started converging on this site, and you see a couple of them levitating up in the air, looking down on you. You see one a cult hero, Night Owl, look at Épée and just nod, and then disappear back into the shadows.
Do you know him?
Paragon and a Golden Fury hovering above. Clearly, the Academy knew that shit was going down, and there was a backup team sent of actually adult supers. But as it's clear that you've handled it, they start moving out to different directions.
The grown-ups after us?
They were literally just waiting outside for us to mess up. That's ridiculous.
No, it is actually protocol to send in case of worst scenario.
Okay, but then why didn't they just do it?
Admittedly, they came in like about when you were starting to tie things up.
It's ridiculous. All I'm saying is if they were available, they could have just done it. I was in the middle of what? You know what? This is ridiculous. I would like to approach one of the adults.
Actually, as you are doing this, Professor Penumbra steps out from one of the shadows of one of the vans and just walks up to all of you, and just
she's a teacher, Aguila. You don't need to salute. That's ridiculous.
As Aguila does that, she just confidently, at ease. You've done well. Good job. You handled yourselves well under pressure. I was able to review some of the footage on the Aegis drone that they sent you. And oh yeah, why do you think they sent it?
Oh boy.
Your resilience under pressure is noted, and you all will receive commendations in your student files for this. Épée,
Cool.
I'm glad to see that you have that you took my words. And she's going to actually use influence over you again, and she's going to push up your superior even more, and push down your mundane again, as she's going to look at you and is going to say, I expected nothing less of you. There's a reason you're at this academy. And she actually smiles at this as she's beginning to turn around and and do be if you want, if you want, there's still a patrol open.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah. Before we do that, just real quick. Hi. Yeah. Just wondering. If this was all, if you could have just come over here yourself, and there were all these full-blown heroes, like I get that maybe we need opportunities or whatever. I was in the middle of stuff. We have school tomorrow, Am I supposed to just like? You could have totally called in some adults to like do the job they're supposed to do, but now I have to
Mr.
sleep.
Seraphim, I would remind you that patrol teams get the morning off.
I will take that patrol. I will gladly take that patrol. I will. Of course, I'll take the patrol.
Seraphim, I'm so happy to hear that you are really holding your academic needs in priority.
Yes.
That is another mark of growth from you.
Thank you. I know. I would like to text my friends to meet for brunch tomorrow morning.
Yeah. We're actually already 20 minutes over, so I'm going to start going into wrapping it up because I think at least one of the players has other commitments. I will name no names, but they've been a wonderful help.
It was me, and I have brunch plans. So.
No, as you all start separating and going away from the grown-ups who clearly have no idea what they're doing, you see you actually succeed in doing a night patrol, have some more successful adventures, taking out some minor level criminals, but nothing as major as this. Now, as the credits start rolling, we go through all of the assistant producers, all of the lights technicians, and then the credits phase out into the ever favorite of Marvel, the after credit scene, as we see Armsmaster sitting arms cuffed on a metal table in front of him. As two Aegis officers are interviewing him and trying to figure out where he got the power from, because he's now rated as a Class B super. That's 2 classes below. It goes E for mundane, D, EC, B, A, and an S for the high tier supers. He's rated at like not the penultimate stage, but one stage below that, and they're trying to figure out what got him there. And eventually, he goes, "You know what? I'll be gone soon anyway. I might as well just tell you. I was." And as he's starting to say that, the one of the Aegis officers jerks up. You see him jerking forward with a gun, and single gunshot. He falls back and lies down, dead. And then we fade out.
A good and normal one over here. Very good and normal. All right.
Something else is afoot. And with all that, thank you all so much for joining today's episode of Superhero September. These were your wonderful heroic youngsters. Say hi, heroic youngsters.
Hi, heroic
youngsters. Nailed it.
If you still, we already raised 95. Checking, $95 towards the National Network of Abortion Funds. There will be more goals, and there will be more goals added, more stuff added. Ultimately, the thing that we're all working towards is the RPG-a-thon in 3 weeks. But we are going to have 2 more games next Sunday and the Sunday after that. Donations will obviously be open until the end of the 25th. Thank you all so much already for supporting the cause. You have all been wonderful. Oh, and technically, we also got 10 gift subs, so that actually puts us over $100. That puts us at like 120-ish. Right. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
And have I would like all of our heroic youngsters to quickly reintroduce themselves. So we'll start with Épée. Who are you? Where can people find you? What do you do? Why should people follow you?
My name is Brent. I'm known as Dorklord Canada on Twitter and on the internet as at dorklordcanada.ca. You should follow me because I am pretty much constantly hyping up other streams and games. And yeah. I love indie ttrpgs, and that's sort of where my passion lies. So follow me, and I will tell you what I know.
Very cool. Next up, Girl Wonder. Where can people find you? How should people know you? And where are you heading off to?
Right. Hi. Okay. What's up? I'm Anne. I'm _Girl Wonder on Twitter. That's where I yell about my friends. I yell about the stuff I'm doing. I am actually jumping over to DM Studios in like 5 minutes.
We'll raid into them.
Yeah. DM_Studios, I think, on Twitch or whatever.
I'm a follower, so that'll be fine.
So, doing vampire stuff, you should follow me because I'm entertaining. My character that I'm going to play in like 5 minutes is literally a girl with 2 brain cells, one for politics and one for violence. So, you know.
Okay, in the pan. Oh, wait, you're still going. Go.
No,
Sorry.
I was going to say, I should probably stop now. Okay.
In the pan, where can people find you? Who are you? What do you do?
I'm Ida, she, her. You can find me on Twitter on In the Pan with underscores. Follow me because I actually play a female Triton sorcerer version of Seraphim. And that's kind of funny with a cheese obsession. You can find me organizing and playing on Horde of Tales, a weekly Eberron stream every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 8 p.m. Central European Time, 7 p.m. British Standard Time. And also check out the Roll for Good community because we are going to be organizing our own charity stream October 22nd. And very soon TM, we will be announcing player signups. And all proceeds are going to go to Mermaid Genders. Go follow me because I'm going to shout about them and everyone else here. Yay!
Heck yes! And then finally, our Zoomer trash disaster, our favorite, our favorite little bird man.
What? Little bird man?
Okay. Our favorite big bird man.
That's right. I'm a big
our favorite
bird
small
boy.
bird man.
What's up, everybody? My name is Gaynor, they, them. You can find me on Twitter at Gaynorca. It's GAYNORCOTT. I am an actor, ttrpg enthusiast. Follow me there for projects and things. But yeah, I'm around. Just keep an eye out for things. I'm going to try and keep this quick. But yeah, check it out.
Very cool. So I'm Kavanaugh, me, him pronouns. You can find me on pretty much everywhere. If you type in Tavernaut, you'll probably find me because I try to I take branding seriously, damn it. But you can also find me on my Discord, which, if you haven't done so already, is a wonderful little community that you should totally join. Link in chat. And once again, I want to thank our sponsor, Phoenix Dice, which, if you still want to get in on that giveaway, I'm going to be closing it soon. But you have like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, you got there in time, Gaynor. I believe I just do this to close the giveaway. And Dorklord Canada, you won an inspiration token. Well done.
Thank you.
I'll get in touch with you to get you the shipping details required to send it over. And with that,
raid. See you in a certain and
say goodbye, heroic youngsters.
I gotta get out of here.
Heroic youngsters.
Have fun.
Bye, heroic youngsters.
Bye, heroic youngsters.
Bye.
Have fun. Drink all the blood.